Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Kim Moritz, and I am a consultant at State Support Team 6, which is on the west central part of Ohio. We're based in Wapakoneta, and today we have Sarah Neff with us, and this is the 10 a.m. session on child abuse recognition and prevention, and this is a part of the education career field. So Sarah is the Director of Operations at AIR Training Solutions. So I'm going to turn the control over to Sarah so she can teach you guys more about this opportunity. So go ahead and stop sharing. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. All right. So my name is Sarah Neff. I have been with AIR Training Solutions for 10 years. I'm the Director of Operations. I am going to talk in this session about our child abuse recognition training that we offer. A little bit about AIR. We've been around since 2010 doing online professional development. All of our courses, other than CPR and first aid, are in an online format. So just for convenience, everything is online. The website is airchildcare.com for reference. We are accredited by IACET, so all of our courses do offer CEUs. A lot of people need CEUs in different types of licensing procedures and processes. The way a CEU works is for every 10 clock hours of training, you do earn one CEU. So trainings that are 6 hours would be 0.6 CEUs, and then you can document all of that and add up to what you need. Some benefits of taking our trainings. The courses are available immediately after purchasing them. There's no need to wait. You purchase and you can go right into the LMS, the Learning Management System, and access the training that you've purchased. Our LMS does allow for starting and stopping at any point. So if you only have certain timeframes that you are able to access the course, you can take a little bit and stop and come back and jump in right where you were. Once courses are completed, certificates are made available immediately in the LMS. So there's no reason to wait. You don't have to wait for someone to sign off or confirm that you've taken the course. It is automatic. Once the system recognizes that the course is completed, it automatically generates that certificate. Our certificates are held for a lifetime. So if at any point throughout careers, anyone needs to get back to their certificate, that's always in the LMS available. We don't ever get rid of them. So if they get lost or you need them for another employer or anything like that, you can always access them. In Ohio, the Ohio Child Care Resource and Referral Agency operates a system called the OPR, the Ohio Professional Registry. Both Ohio Department of Job and Family and Ohio Department of Education use this registry to verify different trainings and hours and career pathways. So once you've taken a training with us, we automatically verify that into the OPR so that you automatically have that on your record. And the same thing with the OPR, they don't delete their verifications either. So you have that in both places. Regarding the child abuse training, when you go into any field really that is in education, working with kids, you always have the possibility that you're going to encounter this. And it may not be just physical abuse, it may be neglect, emotional abuse. So the training really talks about the different types of abuse, how to recognize those, and what to do if you suspect it. It's a very tricky area for a lot of people, and a lot of people feel very uncomfortable not knowing for sure if they, what they need to say, what they shouldn't say, things like that. So this training is really designed to give you confidence in what you're seeing and what you need to do about it. ODE and ODJFS require individuals to have child abuse training. This may be in pre-K, kindergarten, any kind of school system that falls under ODE as far as their pre-K program, but then also day camps, family child care, all of these different places require you to have some type of child abuse training. Let's see. And then you also have to have the documentation. So once you take that, you turn that documentation again into the OPR. Most people need you to have that on file as well with them. So that kind of shows them that you have gone through this. The cost for our training, the initial course is 6 hours long and it's $44.95. The refresher course is 3 hours long and it's $29.95. The initial course is going to be really detailed into all of this information. The certification is good for 3 years. So every 3 years, you do have to retake the course. After you've taken an initial training, though, you can move to a refresher. So the refresher is going to be a condensed version of what you've learned before, but really good to just re-familiarize yourself with all of the different information that you've already had. AIR offers lots of different options. So if you have groups of people taking this course, there are discounts for groups. We also have lots of sales that we run throughout the year. And you can always get on the email list and have access to those sales. We do provide closed caption for both of those courses. So if you are more of a visual person or you're in a space where you don't want your sound loud, you can always get on and watch the closed captioning as you follow through with the course. Our courses also, you have to watch each slide. So there is some comfortability with that, knowing that every person that takes this course, you cannot just skip through. You have to really watch each slide and gain the knowledge to move to the next slide. At the end of every course, there's a final exam, and that kind of just does a knowledge check for us to make sure that what we've taught in the course, you really did understand. If at any point you don't feel comfortable, you can always go back through the course and watch any parts again to kind of refamiliarize yourself and then take the test again. Again, their certification is good for 3 years. The initial training takes 6 hours. The refresher takes 3, and that includes all of the lessons with the final. Just some reviews from learners. How they felt about the courses, informative, easy to navigate, presented in a way that updated me on more current information. I will touch on that. We are always adding and revising these courses to make sure that we are giving everyone the most updated information. Things change, with life, and there are different regulations that come out. There are different rules that come out. So we are always making sure that we have the most updated information. And that's all I have for child abuse.
Any questions for Sarah?
Sarah, I'll ask the same questions I asked the last time. What about for English language learners? Are there any accommodations?
So other than our closed captioning, we do not have anything right now. We are working on Spanish courses right now. We do have lots of courses in Spanish, but as far as this particular one, we have not gotten there yet. We do have customer service. We have live customer service. So if anyone ever gets, into a position where they need assistance, we do have that available in a resourced Spanish speaking customer service as well. So not only, if anyone is in the middle of a course and they get stuck or they're confused or anything like that, we do have live representatives that can help them and work through things with them. And then that would also include for Spanish speaking learners.
And then the other question I asked the last time is is there an age requirement to take this assessment?
No, so this can be taken by anyone. We have lots of groups of high school students that currently take these courses. So anywhere from freshmen to seniors that take it now. We teach this course to everyone. So we have, groups of older educators that, maybe they just come in. I had one school system that they have a group of older educators that just come in, they called them the grannies, and they just come in and they just do, nap time, but they also need this course. So we try to make sure that our courses really can be taken across the board by any learner.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I also wanted to touch on group sessions we talked about in our last session. These courses can be taken in a group session format. So if one facilitator wants to show the training to a group of people, we also allow for that as well. There is, the paperwork and roster to make sure everyone attended and signs off. But we do allow for that. So if you have a classroom of people that are taking it, everyone can take it together and then go through the final exam and make sure that everyone understands, but still take it in a group setting.
Sarah, what about the assessment? I think you mentioned that you can retake it.
Yes. So
Is
you
there a
have to-
time?
Anytime within after purchase, you can retake the assessment. So if you get on and take the final exam and you don't pass it, you can go ahead and retake it at any time. Each question does give you two attempts. So we try to make it, as accessible for everyone in case they get stuck or forget something. But yeah, they can retake that assessment without having to repurchase or anything like that.
Okay. But there's no time limit, like you don't have to wait 2
No,
weeks.
no, you can retake, you could retake it right after. If you take it and fail and you want to go back through some parts of the course, you can do that immediately and then retake the assessment.
Is there a certain cut score?
70%.
70? Okay, thank you. Bob really likes the information and he thinks this should be one of those cross-cutting credentials, which Sarah, I'm not sure if you know what that means. In Ohio, there's each student has to earn 12 industry recognized credentials in order to use that as a competency alternative for a graduation requirement. So
Okay.
this is worth one industry recognized credential, but there are some that are cross-cutting, we call them, because they can go in multiple career fields. So it is good information. It shouldn't just be locked up in education and training,
Right. Yes, that's true. Well, and anyone working with any child really, any kind of capacity, you never know what you're going to come across, and being prepared for that in any of those, different industries is really important.
Good point. Any other questions from the audience? I want to. Okay, I do want to share. Can you guys see the little dinosaur QR code?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is the QR code that you can scan for the Google site, which has all the information from our presentations today. And Sarah, hopefully will be able to share her presentation with us so I can get that material up there.
Yes.
If you guys would like to take a closer look at it. And we'll also have the recording from this presentation. And finally, if you guys have any feedback, because we're always looking to improve and to make this better, information, additional questions that you have for Sarah, we can make sure that we get those to her, and a certificate for your participation today. These are the QR codes to scan for that. So any questions for Sarah? It may have been a similar group as our earlier session.
Yeah, it's a lot. Some of the same information.
So if you missed the earlier session, Sarah presented on communicable disease awareness. So that's another industry recognized credential available by AIR. So, all right. Thank you, Sarah, for your time today. And thank you to the rest of our group for coming in.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.